Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth, and fancy seeing you here in June. I'm very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. And hello, yes, I'm Mick Meanus. I'm the winner of the reality show here in Cyprus, Iron Apple Raw in 2014. I am developing the first English-speaking dramas here on Cypriot TV, and today I want to talk about Russell Brand. Normally we're talking about movies, the DCEU Daily, Star Wars, Doctor Who, so this is a bit out of our comfort zone. Well, not for me, but maybe for you, so I hope you'll persevere. And if you've come in to see this video, thank you. Hello. Right, Russell Brand. By the way, before I start about Russell, sorry, a little bit more about me. Sorry about that, Russ. Follow me on Twitter. Smash the like button. And the subscribe button, please. And my Twitter is @MoviesTVMag. You can see that I'm very unprepared. But let's talk about Russell Brand. Russell Brand has got 2.25 million subscribers. Let me repeat myself. Russell Brand has got 2.25 million subscribers. Excuse me. Wow. Wow. That's nuts. Why am I so amazed by that? This man's story is the story of human evolution. Human evolution. It's remarkable. This is the man I remember on Channel 4. This is the man, I think he was on was he on the Big Breakfast? He was on one of those shows, right? He was on Big Brother's Big Mouth. He's a self-confessed drug addict. I think he was addicted to alcohol. He's a self-confessed sex addict, right? This guy, without me being uncompassionate, this guy was, the way the world saw him was a fuck-up. Let's be honest about it, Russell. You were perceived as a fuck-up, right? I'm still a fuck-up, right? So it's okay. But this man's story, as I say, is fascinating to me. Now, this is the same man who married Katy Perry. He became the Hollywood dream. Russell Brand, our Russell Brand, who did Big Brother's Big Mouth, went to Hollywood. And was in an Arthur reboot movie with Dame Helen Mirren. Dame Helen Mirren, right? He did 2 or 3 or 4 good movies. His movies that he did weren't bad movies. And in fact, which one was it? Get Me to the Greek. There's that one. There's Arthur. There's another one as well. He actually was in good films with good directors and good artists. That's amazing. He really must have had some good people. So already, if you think about Russell Brand's life there, you're saying, Mick, why did you just call him a fuck-up? He, Hollywood actor, superstar, married to Katy Perry. Take my money now. If I could be married to Katy Perry, I may think, wow, you've arrived. But then I'm only a low-core member of the entertainment industry, and I don't know what it's like to have an addictive personality, be married to Katy Perry, and be a Hollywood superstar. Everyone knew him. He had cracked it. He had achieved everything from being someone sticking a microphone in people's mouths on Big Brother's Big Mouth. That still fascinates me. So the dream was lived. It was achieved. Married to Katy Perry, one of the biggest pop icons in the world at the time, right? And Katy Perry, gorgeous looking woman. I don't know what she's like as a person. Might be a bit of an ogre. Who knows? I don't know. So he had everything. And then he split up with Katy Perry. He obviously had a lot of issues, as we talked about right now. So I forgot about Russell for a very long time. Because Russell really wasn't in my mindset, really. I didn't think much of him. I knew he was quite funny. You know, he was sticking the microphone in people's faces going, ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah, give her one. Oh, yeah. And that's what he was like, right? And it was funny. It was Russell Brand, and it worked, right? So anyway, the next time I heard of him, he was going around Newsnight telling people not to vote. This was in the papers and everything. Russell Brand. And everyone's going, what does Russell bloody Brand know about politics? What's he doing? Now, this was a core moment in Russell's evolution, because all of a sudden, this wasn't the drug addict, the sex addict. This is a man talking about politics intellectually. I remember him talking to Paxman. I can't remember his bloody first name, but Paxman. Jesus Christ. Paxman was grilling this guy about Russell saying that people shouldn't vote because there's no point in the democratic process. And let me be clear here. I agree. And I don't think Russell holds those views anymore. I do. I think the democratic political system is broken. It's a rigged system, and it's rigged for the people in power. And I've always believed that. That's why I used to skip school. I never used to do my homework, and I quit job after job. And the only reason I got the reality show is because I was getting pissed in a bar after I drove all my friends away. That's it. And when the woman came up to me in the bar, I started chatting her up. And when she told me who she was, I said, "Oh, get away! You're playing me. I'm not giving you any money. Go away." But it happened. It was real. I was a guy living in a bedsit in the UK, and then my mum called me one day and said, because my parents both disabled, I've lost my mother now last year, very sad, but as some of you know, and I came here with nothing, and this beautiful house, basically my mum and dad's, but I had nothing, and everything changed for me overnight. But I'm as I say, low core entertainment industry. But yeah, this guy actually was going around talking about not voting. So I've always agreed with that. I don't think it works. I think the only way the current political system can work is if, let's say, we have a Tory Prime Minister for a month or a couple of months, and a Labour one or a Liberal one, right? And they work together in government. So no more elections. They run the country together. We vote for our MPs, right? Yeah. And basically what you would do, the MPs from all parties with the most votes would be members of parliament, right? And they would run the country together. It's kind of what happens, but don't forget one party governs, even though, because the MPs don't, it's not like the governors of the states in America. They have the authority on each state. It's very different with MPs, with different towns and different cities. Very different kettle of fish. So that's how I think. So when Russell was saying that, I was saying, yeah, Russ, fucking A. So he did all that, and he was doing it for quite a while. Then he went quiet. Then I was on YouTube one day, wasn't looking for Russell Brand again, forgot about the bloke again. Sorry, Russell, one of those things. You're not forgettable, by the way. And then I saw he had a YouTube channel. I tapped on it. He did something called The Truths. Do you remember The Truths? Oh, The Truths. Anyway, he was still like the old happy-go-lucky Russell Brand. He wasn't like he is now. I'm not saying he's not happy-go-lucky. And he was reading the news headlines. And it was like 4 or 5 minutes, so it was very handy to listen to while I was having a cigarette. And I enjoyed that. And then I don't think he does The Truths anymore. I wish he did. I'm not sure. Russell, if you're watching this, let me know if you do The Truths. Anyway, all of a sudden, he was doing 2-hour videos. And this is what he does now. He talks to religious people about religion. He talks to psychologists. He talks about meditation. I was doing some of the breathing exercises with him, not with him literally. I don't know Russell. I wish I did, but I don't. But so he's trying to help people through psychology and education about religion. He's very religious. So it's very interesting. The other day he was talking to someone, I can't remember, well, not the other day, but one of his videos, and he was talking to this bloke who has cold showers and does breathing exercises, and apparently it's very good for the metabolism and the defense system, especially now with COVID-19. So these are the fascinating videos that he does. I mean, where are we? Let's have a look. What does he do? I mean, he's done a podcast with Ricky Gervais. Why the hell are people suddenly Googling prayer? New senses, new reality. These are, look, check him out. It's just Russell Brand, no special name. On Twitter, he's Rusty Rockets. I think he may be Rusty Rockets on Instagram. I'm not sure about that. But what I'm telling you is this is an evolution of a human being. This is a human being. And as I know, I know very little about him. I know that he was brought up by his mother and his mother only. Don't know about his relationship with his father. These things are not important. I'm not an obsessive. I'm not a stalker. I'm not a fanboy. But I'm fascinated by evolution, where this guy the public's opinion of him is Russell is a bit like us. He's a party boy. He takes drugs. He wants to shag loads of birds, That was the perception of him, right? And then all of a sudden, he's telling people not to vote. Then he's talking about religion. Then he's talking about psychology. And this guy is a really intelligent guy. Again, I didn't realise he was, because we make judgments about people. Long hair, Russell Brand, and he can't be a clever geezer, but he knows loads of long words. Wow. And he knows what they mean. Wow. When he says them, some of the words he says, I don't know what they mean. This man is teaching me. Do you understand? I'm not a well-educated person. Russell clearly is. So all the things I've learned are from TV, movies. That's how I learn. Because I had a lot of learning difficulties at school. Lots. I couldn't write properly. I remember the day I learned how to do a Y. Much later than I should have learned, at a special remedial school, and I was dancing around and so happy. So I had a lot of problems at school. I was rubbish with my exams. I just didn't have a good education. I didn't like school. I was bullied. I tried to create a platform where kids didn't have to do homework. I was offended that we were asked to do homework. Home should be for TV and fun, not for home. So things like that. But Russell is clearly a very educated guy. And so it's just fascinating to me. And I just wanted to do this video just to show him some love, because it's amazing. It's amazing that someone can have an addictive personality, drugs, alcohol, sex, and somehow, and this is, if I ask Russell Brand, and Russell Brand isn't going to ever talk to me, obviously, but if I did, I'd say, and I think I asked him this, but he didn't reply. He probably didn't see it. If he did see, he thought, get away, you big-nosed Greek. But no, too nice for that, I'm sure. But the questions I want to ask is, when you realised there was a serious problem, once you got over the drugs, were you interested in psychology and religion before the drugs or after the drugs, after the addiction? That's very interesting to me, because we do hear of a lot of people who go to prison, find religion, right? I'm not trying to put Russell in with criminals who go to prison, but it's true. We see this so much. Remember Mike Tyson as well many years ago. But this is the thing for me. So that's one of the questions. And this is a guy now who has a wife, who has a child. He's a very different Russell Brand. And this is what I mean. If you know Russell from Big Brother's Big Mouth and his Channel 4 days, and you see him now, you will be shocked. Very intelligent, very sensible. His videos are very informative. And to have, 2.25 million subscribers, there's more to it than him just being Russell Brand. There's something, he's become something so different to what his perception was. And I think this is so fascinating, where I remember being a fuck up, quitting job after job. Nobody had any respect for me. And then when my nieces and nephews were born, I became very loving towards them. I became like a second father to them, as far as I'm concerned. That's how I see it. They may not see it that way, but I love them to bits. I don't have my own children. So that's the relationship I have with them. And I love them, and they're great. And people see me in a different light since I've been over here, looking after my disabled father. So before I was a fuck up, and now I'm not. But I still am. Basically, I am a fuck up. I haven't evolved like Russell did. I haven't. I'm still a very flawed human being with so many issues, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. But what I'm finding, and this is why I really wanted to thank Russell, and I am grateful to you, Russell, because you're helping a lot of people. I hope you know that. Is by watching his videos, I'm learning something, as well as evolving or trying to. I kind of suspect that I'm never going to change. I'm going to keep on making life mistakes and just letting life pass me by all the time. I'm 47 years old, but I don't think it's ever too late to start your life again. As long as you've got air pumping in your lungs. Look at all these poor people dying. They don't have a chance to start again. I do. I shouldn't waste that, should I? But this is what I mean. I'm learning from Russell. I'm learning new things. And that's fascinating. These are things that the people that I know in my life, my family, I don't think would ever embrace. But what I've seen is someone who I perceive to be a certain way, and now he's talking about religion, and he's talking about culture, and he's talking about psychology. Where do I stand with religion? Well, I've told you guys and girls before, I'm not religious. I know that Russell and Ricky Gervais had this debate about atheism and faith. Now, I'm not religious as such as I would go to church or do prayer or anything like that. But I think there's a possibility that there could be a God up there, or we were certainly created by beings or something. Or we could have been a failed experiment and they've left us behind. Maybe God created us, had enough, we were a failed experiment and he's left us now. I have all these kind of theories and insights into it, but I don't know that I'm a religious person. Now, I'm not an atheist either, because if I said I was an atheist, that means I don't believe there's a chance of anything. So what I'm in the middle right now. I'm a kind of confused. Is there a religion? Is there a God? Or was it just a bunch of rocks that created the earth and like that? I'm still in the middle. I'm on the fence on it. Definitely. I don't know the meaning of life. And I think it's great when you don't know, because you're always learning. I'm not someone who's going to say it's this way and that's that. That's not the way I am. I'm willing to listen to the science and I'm willing to listen to the faith. I don't think either are right, by the way. I think there's an amalgamation in the middle. But I've learned so much from Russell Brand, and thank you, Russell. I did this video. It's a crap video. You probably left ages ago if you watched it. But yeah, I just want you to know, really, that I appreciate you. And a lot of the things that you've gone through in your life, I've gone through them. I do have psychological problems. I do have mental health problems. I've had them since I was a young boy. I used to rip my mum's plants to pieces when she used to tell me off. I still do a lot of wrong things. I'm not going to lie. I'm not Mr. Perfect. I need to evolve. That's why I'm here. This is where I'm living and this is my life. No kids, no wife. And this is my life. But Russell, your videos mean a great deal to me. Keep up the good work, and I'll be watching the next ones as soon as they're posted. Comment down below. Have you ever heard of Russell Brand? What do you think of Russell Brand? Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be back tomorrow with the DCEU Daily, as usual. See you again soon.